quick question for you. When I say world's most valuable companies, what names pop into your head? Just think of a couple. Yeah, I'm guessing you're picturing the big tech players, maybe some car companies, or those giant banks, right? You know, the household names we all know and see every single day. Okay, but what if I told you that one of the absolute biggest players, sitting comfortably at number 27 in the world, is a company you've probably never even heard of? And we're not just talking big here, we're talking astronomical. Its market value, over 33 trillion rupees. Yeah, trillion with a T. It's just a mind-boggling number for a company that pretty much operates in the shadows. So, what is this mystery company? Well, in this explainer, we're about to pull back the curtain on a company called ASML, the invisible giant that's worth trillions. All right, let's just dive right into the central mystery here. How on earth can a company be this massive and still, for most people, be completely unknown? Okay, so let's break it down. The company's name is ASML. They're based in the Netherlands, and they're in the semiconductor and tech hardware game. Now, the key to why you haven't heard of them is actually pretty simple. See, they don't make the phone in your pocket. They make the insanely complex machines that make the tiny little chips inside your phone. So that 33 trillion rupee number, it sounds really impressive, right? But what does it actually mean? To really get a grip on ASML's power, we first got to understand where that massive valuation even comes from. And that brings us to a really core concept called market capitalization, or what you'll usually hear called market cap. It's basically the go-to formula for figuring out how much a company is worth on the stock market. You know, to put it really simply, the market cap is just the total value of every single share of a company that exists. Think of it like the stock market's collective answer to one big question. What is this company worth right here, right now? And the best part? The math is actually super simple. You literally just take the current price of one share and multiply it by the total number of shares out there. Boom, that's it. That one single number is the company's total market cap. Okay, so now that we've got market cap down, let's get back to ASML's incredible story. This company didn't just pop up as a multi-trillion-dollar rupee giant overnight. Oh no, this has been a wild 3-decade-long climb. I mean, just look at this journey. This timeline really shows you how they built this empire. Back in 1996, ASML was worth a respectable 66 billion rupees. Not bad. But fast forward to now, and it has absolutely exploded to over 33 trillion. You can even see that dip back in 2008 during the financial crisis, but then, whoa, look at that insane surge over the last decade. And what's really wild here is just how much it swings. I mean, get this. In one single year, 1999, its value shot up by more than 240%. Then, bam, it takes a nearly 30% hit in 2008. And just in the last year alone, it's jumped another 50%. That kind of roller coaster movement tells you this is a company right at the heart of a super critical and super fast-moving industry. All right, so we've established ASML is huge, absolutely massive. But how does it actually stack up against the other giants in the semiconductor world? Let's put this value into some real context. So here are some of the heavy hitters. You got names you definitely know, like Canon, and of course, the legendary chipmaker Intel. And then you have the absolute beast, TSMC, from Taiwan, the biggest chip manufacturer in the world. And right there, in the middle of all of them, is ASML. This chart just lays it out so clearly. Look at this. ASML is worth more than double what Intel is worth. But then your eyes go to TSMC. It's a true behemoth, making even ASML look small in comparison. This really paints a picture of the different leagues these titans are playing in. And if you want to talk raw numbers, it's just staggering. ASML is worth almost 19 trillion rupees more than a company like Intel. But then TSMC is worth another 94 trillion rupees on top of ASML's already huge valuation. We're not just talking about companies at this point, these are genuine economic forces. Okay, so let's tie this all together. We've seen just how valuable ASML is, we've seen the journey it took to get there, and we've seen where it stocks up against the competition. But the big question remains, why does this invisible giant actually matter so much? It really all boils down to one thing. ASML's dominance comes from its absolutely unique and critical role in the world. It basically has a monopoly on the unbelievably complex machines that are needed to make the world's most advanced computer chips. To put it bluntly, without ASML, the entire global tech world, it would just grind to a halt. And that brings us right back to where we started. ASML is the 27th most valuable company on the planet, not because they sell a product to you, but because they sell the absolutely essential, irreplaceable tools to the companies that do. You could say it's the ultimate supplier of the modern age. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? If a company this powerful and this valuable can be practically invisible to most of us, what other hidden giants are out there, quietly powering all the tech and all the systems that we depend on every single day?